This is your film critic and videographer Rocco Pasafumi here. It's Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie. This week, Howie flies solo this week, and we go all around the town of Long Beach during this holiday season. Our first stop tonight will be over at Alexandra Karafinas' historical home in town. And we're going to be enjoying there for a little merrymaking and all that. And then also we are going to have Miss Annie, the lovely Miss Annie, perform over at Starbucks here in town on National. And then finally we have the Corbett family, a family that lives over in Island Park. They're able to celebrate the holiday season returning in their home in Island Park after being victims of Superstorm Sandy. So sit back, relax. Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie with your host starts right now.
We're at one of the few landmarks in Long Beach, and Christina, talk about the fact that your house got a huge honor here in Long Beach this past summer.
Oh, good evening, everybody. We are having a very nice time here in Long Beach at 84 East Olive Street at the Long Beach Island Landmark Association. We are planning to have some great programs, hoping to see all of you join us, because if you don't, you will miss out on something great. So we're looking forward real soon. We'll let you know the dates and everything that's happening. All right.
Excellent. And Doug Shear, I know people love your tours, and just coincidentally, we got one coming up. So let's talk about the upcoming tour here in Long Beach.
Well, thank you, Howie, for doing so much great coverage of Long Beach. And you've done this for a number of years now, and it really highlights the city that's coming back from Sandy, and that's great. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Well, this Saturday, which is the 12th, we're going to do a candlelight tour where we'll be visiting homes in Long Beach that have set up their Christmas trees for the season, and we'll be invited into each and every one of those that we'll visit. And that starts at 4 o'clock, but we're filled up. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, sorry. We're back by 4:15. But we're filled up, but it shows that how popular it is, that people want to see other people's homes in Long Beach and want to visit and share the holiday spirit.
Talk about Long Beach in the holidays, because I think Long Beach really is a special place. Weather hasn't been too bad. The boardwalk and all the Christmas trees for the West End and the East End. Talk about the holiday spirit that engulfs Long Beach.
Right. We just had a Christmas tree lighting ceremony, Hanukkah lighting ceremony, and we also have a parade down in the West End of Long Beach on Saturday. And if you go down the boardwalk, you'll see all the lights up, from menorahs to fish to Christmas trees, all up and down Park Avenue as well as the boardwalk. It's a great time of the year for Long Beach. I know that a lot of people feel that the summer is Long Beach, but it really continues right through the year.
Absolutely. And what I love about Long Beach is the holiday spirit. Really, Long Beach is a community that really reaches out to the community. You go all over Long Beach. There's coat drives, there's food drives for the less fortunate. I think that really engulfs what Long Beach is all about, a very caring community.
Hi, I'm a native of Long Beach. I was born and raised in this town, and I don't think I'll ever leave. I just turned 73 this year, and I'm still loving it. And I just hope it just picks up where it left, as I said, by Sandy, because I was in it, and it was devastating. Thank God I'm doing okay now. Anyway, anybody else?
Let's talk about the resilience of Long Beach, the fact that not too many towns in Long Island got hit as hard as Long Beach. It did, Hurricane Sandy, and it showed you that people stayed. It was friends helping friends, neighbors helping neighbors. Doug, talk about the resilience of Long Beach, and can talk about in historical aspect Sandy and the storm that hit decades ago, the comparison of the two storms.
Well, you know, one of the differences, years ago, we wouldn't have had the warning that a storm was coming. So it was much worse. But this was a storm that we saw coming, and a lot of people unfortunately said, well, Irene came the year before, and there's no reason to leave. That wasn't all that bad, but this was a real storm. And the devastation was from the West End to Point Lookout. It was a rough time for Long Beach. And, you know, the recovery, thanks for FEMA and a lot of people having flood insurance. And you see that now. Lots of people are raising their homes. Lots of people are rebuilding. Lots of people have put a lot of money in, which shows that people want to stay here. It could have been a place that went the other way, where people left and said, this is not for me. And maybe, you know, it's going to happen again. And how often will it happen? Do I want to live through that? And it wasn't fun. Many people had to leave their homes for months at a time. But people are back and people are rebuilding, and it's great to see. And, you know, the city, obviously, we planted trees all over the city. The city is putting a plan together to prevent the destruction that another hurricane might cause on Long Beach. So we have the city, the state, the United States government all working, and local community efforts make all the difference in the world.
And we got a brand new boardwalk also.
Yes, we certainly did, yeah.
Which we needed. We needed that.
Gorgeous boardwalk we have now. We're about to add to it men's rooms, bathrooms, ladies' rooms. On some of the boulevards. We also have this beautiful ipe wood that should last for many, many years to come. We have the benches back that were dedicated to a lot of people that spent time here on the boardwalk. Billy Crystal's a little bump out that's going to be on Neptune Boulevard is now being talked about. So Long Beach is coming back.
Absolutely. Anyone else want to share some great things about Long Beach? Let's talk to some more Long Beach residents.
Okay, I was just going to say that they have a lot of nice events also at Long Beach. They have races and all kinds of things that they have planned at particular times. And they have like flea market shows or something like that on the boardwalk, which is kind of nice also. So they're bringing in a lot of tourists and different things like that. So it's kind of nice that they, and the parking is great. And you don't have any problem parking. A lot of communities have problem parking, but there's no problem here. You just can drive up and head park, and that's a big advantage.
Yeah, I thought it was great that the movie theater came back, because I felt there was a tremendous void not having a movie theater. You know, nothing against Rockville Center, nothing against Lynbrook, but people want their own movie theater in Long Beach, and I think it's great. And it's really Rocco and I have been there several times. It's comfortable, it's roomy. Talk about the fact that how great it is to have the Long Beach Theater Cinema back.
I saw a movie there the other day, comfortable chairs. But what I want to talk about, if it's okay,
Sure.
Everyone always talks about the ocean. Well, there's a whole other area, which is the bay. Reynolds Channel, Mr. Reynolds built, it's 90 feet deep, and these amazing boats go out every day from Island Park, underneath the Atlantic Beach Bridge, into the ocean. And there's bird sanctuaries there, so you can do kayaking around there. But what's really special about the bay is you see the sun come up, bounces off the glass in New York City, which we get to see just for like 2 or 3 minutes every day. And then when the sun sets in the city, it does the reverse. That glass in Island Park and from homes is just this bright orange. It's beautiful.
Absolutely.
And
There's
then they put that,
swans.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Okay, I was just going to say they have the hotel there, the Allegra Hotel, and it's very beautiful. We were there this past weekend. We had the Weekend Warriors come in from Walter Reed Hospital, and they came in on Friday, and we entertained them. It was very nice. They had breakfast. They went to see 9/11.
It's a great event.
Yes, and we entertained them, and then they went over to the firehouse at Point Lookout and gave toys to the kids or something like that. Then they flew back to Walter Reed on Monday, so it was very good too, doing all that. And we have a veterans events going on. We had Pearl Harbor Day, and it was very, very nice.
And I know one of the restaurants in town, Lola's, every year on Veterans Day, veterans eat for free, and that's part of the Long Beach spirit.
They have that. Plus, we had our Christmas party, not that particular day, but our Christmas luncheon party at the American Legion. We had it at Lola's. A very nice restaurant. The food was delicious. And everybody had a really good time. And I thought the food was magnificent. I never had a steak that tender and that delicious. It was really a nice time we had there.
All right, excellent.
One more thing about the Bay, which is I thought was very special, is the Ziegfeld, Mr. Ziegfeld from the Ziegfeld Follies, Broadway. He made living on West Bay. That's where his mansion was. So it was a lot of Broadway performers coming here.
That's great. Let's talk about the history of Long Beach, because we're the Landmark Association, and Doug, for some people who don't know, let's go back in history and talk about some of the famous people that came from Long Beach.
Irene Castle.
Oh, right.
Irene Castle and was it
Irene and Vernon Castle.
Right.
Certainly Reynolds made Castles by the Sea to highlight Irene and Vernon Castle, and they were the great dancers of their day, and they used to teach people to dance, and they had dances on the boardwalk. It was the 1920s were a wonderful time for Long Beach. But we had other famous people, as we well know. I mentioned Billy Crystal, graduated the class of 1965. We could do this back and forth, Howie, but Larry Brown, he was the coach of many a basketball team, and probably still is, from what I understand.
Yeah, Larry Brown is the only coach in history that won a championship in college with Kansas and in the pros with the Detroit Pistons. The only coach has done that, and I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of years ago when his college team, SMU, visited the Madison Square Garden for the NIT finals, and I asked him about his memories, and he said he's got great memories of Long Beach when his family had the bakery on Park Avenue.
Right. He also had we had a Larry Brown Day when I was a kid, because he was in the Olympics and came back to Long Beach. Doesn't forget his hometown, and it was a big deal for us to have an Olympic star come back and play basketball in Long Beach High School in the day. And we've had many other people come through Long Beach. Even in Point Lookout, we had Burl Ives.
Well, yeah, let's take a break, Rocco. Let's get